Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god, I feel like it's been a while since I sat in front of the camera. But nonetheless, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Itabilung Kopo. And yeah, I'm a new YouTuber. Please guys subscribe. I hope you enjoy my content. Okay, disclaimer. Ne? So I learned that my travel vlogs weren't doing so well. I don't know why. Is it? And I love vlogging. I love like vlogging. I really do. So it would really help if you let me know why. Like, did you find them boring? And my last travel vlogs are 2 videos from this one. So before I incorporate the last video, please tell me where to improve so that at least when I put it out there, it's of high quality. I don't know, guys. Tell me what it is. And the thing is, I really loved doing them. I really enjoyed doing them. You know, when you're doing something out of your heart, like it's not a thing of I was just doing them for the sake of doing them. Like I was doing them with so much love. So I really want to know where to improve, guys. I did them with so much love and I'm not happy with the feedback. But anyway, let's get into today's video. So, and like I was saying, so I realized that every time I make a story, not a story time, like videos where I'm talking, I always get engagement, either from my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok. Like there's always engagement and there's always questions. And today I decided, okay, let me what was my exit plan? Okay, what was my exit plan? So I don't know how other people did it, and I didn't want to share about it because it's kind of embarrassing, but I mean it's my truth, and if maybe it will help someone out there, and I get to be guys, and please don't judge. I'll just put it out there, and I'm so stressed about even putting it out there, but like let me just do it because I feel like I haven't answered anyone anyway who has asked about it. I was just like, okay, maybe one day I'll do a video which answers. So, and I also feel like doing this video means I am promoting divorce, or sort of like separation or whatever. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Please, if there's anything you can do to stay, I mean stay, but also I'm not saying stay in unbearable situations, but like I feel bad even making this video, but let me just do it. Let me just do it, okay? Yeah. So because there's also so many questions that were around this topic, let me just do a story time about how we met, got married, and ended up divorcing, so that I think the whole story, I mean the story in its own, will answer many of your questions. You understand? So I initially met a guy in 2012. Not met like physically, but I remember those were the days of BBM. I mean, the big girls will know. Those were the times of the BBMs. I don't know how I got to have his BBM pin or how he got to have mine, but like we used to talk on BBM. And what I remember is he used to have something with one of my friends. So I'm not sure if that's how we got to speak. I'm not sure. And I'm so wrong for that. And please don't judge. And that was my karma, okay? That was my karma. Yes, he did have something going on with one of my friends. Sharp. Let's leave it alone. I got what I deserved, okay? So fast forward to 2015. Okay, so we stopped talking. I think BlackBerry phased out. Yeah, BlackBerry phased out, and we couldn't talk anymore. And yeah, so in 2015, this was a little after my graduation, one of my friends, whom I'll call a mutual friend, posted a status of me on him. WhatsApp. So, and then guy saw my picture and he was like, I've been looking for this girl. How do you know this girl? Whatever, give me her number. So my friend texted me saying, so there's this guy who wants your number. His name is Woo. And the name sounded familiar, okay? And then when she said, so I asked her to send me a picture. And then when she sent me a picture, I was like, oh, I know him. Give him my number. Why not? So this friend of ours, we live in the same village. So, and this is the funny part, we all lived in the same village. Like his home and my home are like 5 minutes, 10 minutes apart. Like 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops apart. But we didn't know each other. I don't know how, because I was in the same class with his best friend. I used to visit one of his friends like near his home. Like, I don't know how. But yeah, we were 5 minutes. And it's not like we were new in the village. Like, I started staying there in when I was young, like in 1992, and I'm sure even his parents, it's something like that. Nonetheless, we started talking. What are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Can we meet? And then we met by the village shop, a common village shop. So we met, started talking, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I like you. And, we started having those walks in the village, whatever, guys. So at around this time, my dad had just bought me a car and I was registering my car. So he helped with the registration. We started getting to know each other. Like, we bonded over small things. He'd get me lunch. He would, the relationship was very nice. I really liked this guy. You understand? Sharp, yeah. Truly impressed me. I won't even lie. Like, I was truly, gone girl. I was in my gone girl era when I was with this guy, okay? So this was in 2015. So end of 2015, my mom sort of kicked me out of the house because, let me explain. When you've just started working, and the company I was working for was a fairly new company in the country, and the employees, which was us, were youngsters, and like every Friday we used to go out, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like literally. So, my mom wasn't happy with my behavior. But also, I'll say it was hard transitioning from staying alone, in varsity. I used to stay alone. We used to party a lot. So it hadn't really come out, that varsity lifestyle. It was just a continuation. So it was really hard transitioning from being a varsity girl to being a home girl. And another thing is I hadn't stayed with my parents for so long because I also went to boarding school, whatever. So yeah. So fast forward January, I moved in with my friend. Like, we had found a 2-bedroom apartment. We were sharing the kitchen, the bathroom, and the lounge. So basically, guys, I would see my man anytime, would go out. It was really nice. This relationship was very nice. I cannot remember, and I'm being honest here, I cannot remember the red flags of this relationship. Like, every day I try to think of the major red flags. Honestly, there were no red flags. There was nothing at breakup. We've never even broken up, prior to our marriage. It was, yes, guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. We used to go out together. If we were not out together, we were, every weekend would be seen together. We even had couple friends, yeah, something like that, where we would go camping with our friends. I think I remember the camping thingy, there was how many couples? Maybe 5, maybe there was 10 of us. We had created a sort of a little family for ourselves. If we were not together, we were with some of the couples. We used to have like go on picnics with our friends and their girlfriends. Like, kube njalo, guys. Like, we didn't have. And if he cheated, like, I'm trying to think, like, if he cheated during our time of dating, he hid it so well, and I don't know where he got the time. But man, I man, you know. But as far as I know, no, there was no sort of a thing until I think I would say when we started having challenges, and these challenges were like our individual challenges. Because I remember in 2017 I got an accident, and he also got an accident. Like, I got, guys, the challenges we faced were like my personal challenges, his personal challenges, and now we come together to like support each other, not challenges brought by another person onto another person. Like how you cheat on your partner, and that's a challenge for you, but I mean, it's not a challenge for him. You understand? It's a challenge brought by him and to you. I don't know if I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. Yay. So yeah, you know, even with I remember we'd have like small business. Yeah, and I remember there was a time when we were supplying another company with with cups and whatever. Like, guys, everything I did, everything he did, we did together. You understand? Like, we did literally everything together, and it was so fun because at the time he was my best friend. Like, we were literally best friends before he'd go to work. So now I went to work at I got in at 8 o'clock. He would pass by me like every morning at 7:30. He would come by my house before I leave for work. We'd have breakfast together. Literally every morning. Like, even if we're not having breakfast, but like I would see him every morning. Hey. Good things truly come to an end, guys. Okay, fast forward to the end of 2016. Now we're like a year in, and he starts talking marriage. And at the time, I used to read Boma Steve Harvey, Think Like a Man, whatever. So I mean, I'd expect that. I had to attend to my ear. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, you guys, my ear was so itchy, going through a lot. But yeah, I think that's better. Nonetheless, game. He started talking marriage, and I remember how he introduced it. It was very funny. Like, he was just like, "What would you say if I send my uncles to your home?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Why not?" And then I think I gave him my dad's number. Yeah, and then his dad called my dad about his son and her daughter. Yeah, just like that, guys. And then things started gay. So, and it's very important because I'm going to mention, it's very important that you start taking notes now. Yeah? So, on the 5th of January 2017, I got an accident, and the cause of my accident was I was sleeping, I was tired, I was from Botabote, and I got an accident in Beka. And that's like close to 2 hours far apart. But the thing is, it was raining and it was a bit late. So yeah, but luckily, nobody got injured except myself. I think it was the next person's car that, yeah. But otherwise, my car and me, yeah, we were not okay. My car was right off, whatever. But that's very important. Fast forward, sometime in March, another accident, but this time around I wasn't driving, it was my colleague driving. And when this accident happened, we were from Kuting. We used to work on field daily, like every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you'd find out that on weekends we do promotions sometimes. Like, I did mention that my company was a new company which had young adults, employees. So we were young adults. So we went there and it was a promotions night. So we did promotions. We were supposed to have slept in Kuti, rightfully, but we didn't. So we drove back around after midnight. So distance from Kuting to Maseru is about, guys, 4 or 5 hours. Okay. So when we were in Mafeking, I don't know, for people who don't know these places, Mafeking is like 30 to 45 minutes away from home. We got an accident, and also luckily no persons were injured, just the cars. It was a collision. It was a collision. Collision, guys. It was a collision. Yeah. I remember he was the first person I called, and like within a blink of an eye, he was here. Like I didn't have to call my parents. I didn't. He was my young kid, oh, hi, bo. And one thing about me, I'm about my man. Okay, I was a gone girl. I was about this man. I was a gone girl. Like, and he used to know how to take care of me. One thing about me, you will know how to take care of me. Hey. Sharp. Mayor also mentioned that sometime in December, my other car was involved in an accident where now he met my dad. Okay, fast forward, yeah. And then he was supposed to, not him, his uncles now, on the 1st of April, were supposed to come and identify a flower. I don't know what you'd call it. Maybe in English it would be like an engagement. Ka Sesotho ne ke tlo kopuwa. It's in my head, not lobola, but ne ke tlo kopuwa. This is like they're just saying, our family has identified flower in your garden and would love to come for lobola negotiations. You understand? And on the morning of that day, which was the 1st of April, if I remember quite well, yeah, I do, and he got an accident. Shame, and things had to be postponed to later that day. And his car was also right off and whatever, but he was fine. Sharp. Things happened, and the lobola date was set. Lobola negotiations happened, and then our wedding date was set for November, beginning of November. A white wedding, and then 5th of November was the traditional wedding. So in Susut, I don't know in other cultures, or maybe how we did it was the white wedding is me and my family. Like, this is where we invite them. It's our wedding. And then the traditional wedding is their wedding, where now, like, they receive me, sort of, yeah, something like that. Guys, we got married, and this is where now things started. We got married, and I think after the wedding day, I stayed in now my home for like a week, and then after a week we moved out to my old place. Actually, we moved out to my new old place, and this is where now things started changing. Like, I'd say immediately after we got married. Okay, I'd say immediately after we got married, things started changing. So on the first weekend of our stay together, newlyweds. Why am I saying stay together? Newlyweds. I asked him what he would love to eat. Like, I'm trying to be a good wife, and then we decide on what we were gonna eat. So whatever we wanted to eat, we needed some green peppers. So I asked him, okay, Lovey, can you please go buy us some green peppers? I was like, okay, sure. Would you believe me when I told you that my husband at that time went to go buy green peppers and came back the following day with green peppers? I think we still went out, but soon afterwards, I fell pregnant, guys. I fell pregnant. And now with falling pregnant, I don't want to go out. Like, you know how when you're having your first child, you're very careful. Your advice, you need to stay home now. Like, stop with going out. being wherever, and Lina is a responsible parent. I'm like, also, I cannot go where people are drinking because what if I get tempted? So I'm like, I talked to my man, can't we stay for like 9 months you know? And this is where things changed. I think he agreed, Kamulom, but he wasn't about that life of staying indoors and whatever, no ways. Started going out on his own. He would leave me home. I'll be miserable. You know how at midnight you're thinking he'll come. I'll call him. Where are you? No, I'm on my way, baby. But he's not coming and he doesn't arrive at that time. Now I start going like, no, man, no, I'm happy, man. I start like, who did I marry? Who the F did I marry? I remember one time he also got an accident, and I was like almost 9 months pregnant, 8 to 9 months pregnant. He got an accident. The car was also a write-off, but this time around it was at night. It was with his friends, like they were having fun, you know. Fast forward, baby is born. When baby is born, it feels like now he has another life besides our life, you understand? And I remember one time, I think baby was like 2 months old, he got another accident, another write off. Like, things were happening so quick. Like, it was a series of accidents which I could not understand what was going on. Even before I go back to work, I find out that he's been cheating on me with my colleague. Now, this is where real hits the fan because I was, yo, guys, I was so heartbroken. I was devastated. I was humiliated. And I think what really hurts the most was the fact that, when you're the last one to find out something, like everybody knew about this relationship except for me until one of my colleagues was like, you know what? I I feel sorry to say this, but listen, this is what's going on. And yeah, guys, it was so heavy receiving the news. It was so heavy, and apparently, a girl was flaunting the relationship. Hence, everybody knew about the relationship. And I felt so sad that some of my colleagues would, when you feel betrayed, when you feel betrayed, that some of the people that you thought would tell you didn't tell you. Like this particular colleague of mine who told me was not even that close. So even before I confronted this issue, like because I was in denial, like I did my own investigations. I had to find out. And for everyone that I asked, nobody denied. I think that was what hurt the most because already she had said, everybody knows. Now, this is where I never looked at him the same. I was heartbroken, I was devastated. Me and some of my close colleagues, you guys, I'm not proud of this one. We ganged up on the girl and we gave her some beating, which was so wrong of me. And I'm embarrassed, okay? We gave her, and like there was many of us. I think, yeah, there was many of us. Like drama, drama, guys. Drama. When I say drama, I say drama. And we were supposed to have been called for a disciplinary what. But that's another story for another day. We were focused on how now she exits the company because how do you do that? And eventually she did exit the company. Proud of that part of the story. But I think this is where I realized that things will never be the same. Now, fast forward to 2019. May I say that I don't know if it's a me thing or all women are like that or whatever, or we suppress our emotions. Like, once you find out that you've been cheated on, like, things will never be the same again. You don't look at your husband the same again. Like, things have changed. Like, when I say things had changed, things had changed. Kube, we're miserable, man. And I feel like I was the one who was miserable because of I couldn't necessarily forget about this incident. I couldn't necessarily let it go. It was so hard for me to let it go. Like, I held it. Like, guys, I was so embarrassed, and I felt like some of my colleagues didn't have the same respect they had for me. You know, when people know that your husband is cheating on you, like, they don't look at you the same. And I know some people will go like, but it's not your doing, it's his doing. But listen, it will affect you. People don't look at you the same. Okay. Great. It's so humiliating. I can't even explain it. Or suddenly you don't even have a voice. Like, le batho no sa ba tshabe. I don't know, guys. It it will humble you. That experience will humble you, especially if it happened in the workplace. I never recovered. I won't even lie. I never recovered. And I remember sometime in I think March of 2019, I was like, I think I need to leave. I honestly need to leave this marriage. Obviously, now there were other things that I could like build up a case and say, because of one, two, three, four, and five, I don't feel like I still want to continue with this marriage, because mentally I was distraught. I'm weak like that. Here's my exit strategy. But around those times when I started realizing that I don't want to be here anymore, like I feel I don't want to be here anymore. Like Aksabat Alito, I don't want. I looked for a house, and then I found a house, and then I paid rent, and this was from I think April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, for 6 months, because I only left end of September. And the reason why I couldn't leave now was how do I leave? Because I can only know your person, the person you're dealing with, how would I say dangerous it could get? Like, it wouldn't make sense to live in his presence. It was just my strategy. Okay, let me talk about my strategy. So one day he was going far away out of the country, and then I decided, but he was going like in the morning and coming back in the evening. So on that day, I was just like, oh, great. So I asked for a leave like that morning when I found out he was leaving. I spoke to my manager. I was like, listen, I have a crisis. I need to do something. And I mean, she agreed. Found a car. I found people that could help. And then I took literally everything in that house. And the reason I did that was because, okay, obviously there were some things that came with our wedding, like our wedding presents and whatever. But I felt like everything in this house belongs to me because, like, when we moved in together, I already had my space and we were using most of my furniture, you know. So I was just like, I'm not gonna stress about anything. I'm gonna take literally everything. Yeah, that's how I left. I nearly said I never looked back. I'll be lying. I did. I looked back. I fasted, guys. I was fasting. I was praying. I didn't want to leave. Okay, maybe when I got on the other side, I was like, okay, maybe there's hope, I would pray, and I gave it my all, Shem. I gave it my all. I literally tried. And another thing, may I also say that yes, we did try counseling. We did try counseling, and but it wasn't working. So yeah. And it feels good now knowing that I left having done everything in my power. to try to save that marriage, you know. And yeah, that's how I left. And I won't say I didn't look back. I did. I looked back until we eventually divorced. So by the time we divorced, I mean, that was like, we only divorced last year, although we'd been separated from like 2019. Last year, I mean 2023. That was our official divorce. And it felt like it was the best thing to do also last year because there were no longer any heavy emotions. We had accepted, and a lot had already transpired, you know, which I felt, okay, this is no longer fixable, no matter how hard we try. It felt, ah, man, it's time to let it go. Things happen. Although, listen, you don't get married to get divorced, but it is what it is. And I know that it's not an enjoyable story to tell, but I hope you enjoyed. I'm not a very good storyteller, but like, I was just answering that exit strategy question. So that's what I did. That's what I did, and that's how we eventually got divorced. How we doing now? I'd say we're just okay. We're just okay. Like nobody's in anybody's business, you know. Yeah. Oh, another thing, guys, is I don't know. This one it kind of needs spiritual people. And the reason why I mentioned accidents, ne, was because I feel like in our entire relationship there was like a lot of accidents that happened, car accidents, that ever since we separated there's never been one, not that I've heard of anyway. And I feel like unless it's a coping mechanism for me, I feel like that's a sign, like that's a sign enough to say perhaps one of us would have ended up dead if we had stayed. Because like I don't get it, the universe communicates in mysterious ways, you know. And I think that's another thing that allowed me to fully let go, you know. Hore, he wasn't my person. He truly wasn't my person. And I hope he's in a better space now. I feel like he wasn't the one. And we can't run away from saying that some things are mistakes. Like mistakes happen in life. Even marriage can be a mistake. And yeah, I guess that was one of our mistakes that I've learned from. And I don't know what you think, guys. Tell me what you think. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.